To start, I want to share with you just a sample of the staggering statistics that got me started on these topics. And mostly I was motivated by the simple disbelief that there's no way this is happening today in the United States of America. They're from a variety of sources. Sources are important. Mostly the Department of Defense and Veterans Affairs. So bear with me, there's about 20. So today there are roughly 1.4 million active duty military members and nearly 22 million veterans. But less than 0.5% of the population serves in the military, compared to about 12% during World War II. 15% of the military, that's some 200,000, is made up of women. And this is the largest percentage of women in the history of the US military. More than 280,000 women have served in Iraq and Afghanistan. And over more than a decade of these wars, a servicewoman is nearly 180 times more likely to be sexually assaulted by a fellow service member than she is to have died while deployed. In total, there are more male than female victims of military sexual assault, but men also make up about 85% of today's military. Yet women represent roughly 80% of victims of military sexual assault. 1 in 3 women veterans has been sexually assaulted, compared to 1 in 6 civilian women. According to last year's defense data, even with about 85% of the assaults going unreported, they occurred at an average of more than 70 per day. And this is with about 26,000 service members saying that they had experienced unwanted sexual contact during that time. And only about 35% of the reports went to court-martial proceedings. So according to the latest defense data released today, so good timing, they received 5,000 reports, over 5,000 reports of military sexual assault in the latest fiscal year, which is a 50% increase over the last year. The VA estimates that as many as 20% of soldiers who recently served in Iraq and Afghanistan have post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Victims of military sexual assault are more likely to develop PTSD than veterans even suffering from combat trauma. And in increasing numbers suffer a compounded PTSD from both military sexual trauma and combat trauma. The VA grants compensation to less than 33% of veterans who apply for benefits with PTSD from military sexual assault. The VA grants compensation to over 50% of vets who apply with all other PTSD claims. The VA rates veterans' disabilities in order to determine how much compensation they'll get. And female veterans are far more likely to be granted a 10 to 30% disability rating from the VA, while men are more likely to receive disability ratings of 70 to 100%. Today, 1 in 4 homeless people is a veteran. As many as 1 in 3 homeless veterans report that he or she is a victim of sexual assault. Servicewomen are the fastest growing group among the US homeless population, and the VA has found in recent years that more than 1/3 of these homeless female veterans have at least 1 child living with them. The Pentagon reports that from 2008 to 2011, 45 service members who had reported sexual assault attempted or committed suicide. And research indicates that the link between military sexual assault and suicide is more than twice as common in veterans who are victims of military sexual assault than those who are not. Last one. The VA healthcare system serves some 9 million vets out of an estimated veteran population of nearly 22 million, with just under 2.3 million of them female veterans. The VA has promised to end a chronic benefits backlog by 2015, but it hasn't been able to get under some 400,000 pending claims, not counting 265,000 appeals in this year. So these are just the numbers. The data is really difficult to pin down, in no small part because the Pentagon and the VA holds most of this data. But what's infinitely more important than the stats are the stories of the veterans themselves, and that's why we're here. As the wars wind down, the wars will merely be coming home with these veterans. And that's why we, journalists, academics, politicians, the Pentagon, the public, must continue to talk about these issues and, most importantly, listen.